Hey guys, how's it going? Spinosaurus the King here, and in this video, I'm going to be joined by a special guest. Go ahead, bro. Introduce yourself.
What's good, Brooklanders? It's your girl Brooklyn and
That never gets
her
old, bro.
boyfriend. Thanks. But yeah, David Church here, and I've been kindly invited by Spinosaurus the King for this special video. Today we're talking about some predictions for Jurassic World Chaos Theory Season 3.
Yep. So basically, guys, this is going to be our first prediction for season three because season three is probably not coming out till technically, okay, season two came out 5 months after season one, so we could be seeing it as early as March. But based off when the junior novelization comes out in September, makes me and David and a bunch of other people think that it's going to be coming out sometime in early June or late May, right?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
For sure. Now, the trailer, here's my prediction because again, I think the trailer for season one and season two came out about a month before the release date, so we might get a teaser in like a month or two. But I think the full length, 1 to 2 minute trailer, we'll probably get some time in like April or May,
Yeah, that sounds about right.
for sure. Because we still don't like all we know is that season three is confirmed, but we don't know the exact release date. The only release date we have is the junior novelization, and that this is most likely going to be the last season,
That's what I've heard too.
for sure. But anyways, bro, so why don't you go ahead and tell us some of your predictions, and then I'll tell you guys some of mine as well.
Well, I fully predict that if this is going to be indeed the last season, it's definitely going to be taking place concurrently with the events of Jurassic World Dominion.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking as well, to be
Like,
honest, brother. For
I'm
sure.
sure that Soyana Santos, aka the Broker, is taking Brooklyn to Malta, and
Yep,
that they're actually going to visit the Amber Clave black market there,
for
and
sure.
therefore Red the Atrociraptor will be reunited with her pack
Yep,
mates.
yep, for sure. I predicted that too. Now, again, like as we both said, like if this really is gonna be the last season, my guess is it takes place either just like barely before the events of Dominion or actually during the events of Dominion. I think what will happen is like the beginning part of the season will take place a little before, and then maybe mid part of the season takes place at the beginning of Dominion, and maybe towards the end it takes place at the end of Dominion, and maybe the kids come across like the dead the Giga like maybe like the next day after like the fight or something with Rexy.
Ooh, could be.
Because again, remember in season one of Camp Cretaceous, they saw the dead Ankylosaurus that the Indominus Rex unfortunately killed.
Yeah, you're right. They
Yeah,
did
so
see it.
for sure. So, here's one small prediction I do have actually. So I heard some again. This is not 100% confirmed, but apparently we're going to be seeing a new Giganotosaurus in Jurassic World Rebirth. So what if there's like a baby Giga that's like that they ended up finding that Zeb was like the father to or something like that, and then that's the Giga we see in Rebirth. I mean, if there is going to be another Giga in Rebirth, that would be a good story to tell there.
Where did you hear that there was going to be a Giga in Rebirth?
So apparently, there's a Giga that's gonna be releasing with the Mattel toy line for Jurassic World Rebirth, and apparently it said as seen in Rebirth. But again, I didn't fully see like the actual proof of that. It's just a few of my friends told me that, so I'm not entirely sure. Like again, I could it could be fake, but I don't know.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it would be cool to see Giga again, but to be honest, I kind of doubt we're gonna see Giga in Rebirth. To be honest, but we'll see
Yeah, I don't know about that either.
for sure. That is true. But anyway, some other predictions I have again. If we're talking about the Spinosaurus, we know the Spinosaurus is not confirmed dead or even confirmed alive. The only thing we really heard about the Spinosaurus after the events of season five is that it was subject to cruelty come 2018, and then what else? And then 2022 from the Dino Tracker website, there was one picture showing it in the water, but I don't know if that picture is considered canon or not.
Yeah, I don't think it is because it was never officially published on Dino Tracker.
Yeah, that is true. And then some other hints towards the Spinosaurus and Jurassic World Dominion, though, is Ramsey says the Giga is the apex predator of the valley, at least for now. So that could be a hint that the Spinosaurus was once there or was planned to be there. And then, of course, when what was the other hint? There's one more I forget though. Oh yeah, the scars we see on the Giga that could have been done by the Spinosaurus maybe because we don't know how the Giga got those scars.
Indeed, I mean, but let's not forget that Rexy is not the only T-Rex in the valley because we know that the Buck and the Doe from the Lost World are living there.
For sure. I mean, it could have been done by the Therizinosaurus, Rexium on a fight off screen, the Buck and Doe. We don't know exactly what gave it, but based off like the claw kind of looking at, like, it kind of almost appears like it's claws from like the Spinosaurus or Therizinosaurus that did it.
Possibly.
For sure. But again, if that was true, and we end up seeing like the Spinosaurus versus the Giga in Jurassic World Chaos 3, and then we see it get those scars, that could be a great explanation to how it has the scars in Jurassic World Dominion,
Yeah, it would be a nice tie-in.
for sure. But again, like obviously, like I know a lot of the times before with the movies and the shows, sometimes dinosaurs that don't appear in the trailers still actually should end up showing up in the movie or show.
Yeah,
But
look
when
at
it
the
comes to
Dilophosaurus for Rebirth.
exactly, yeah. But I will say this though, when it comes to the Spinosaurus, it almost appears that if it's gonna be in like the show or movie, they always show it in the trailers. Like if you look at Jurassic Park 3 and Jurassic World Rebirth, and also season 4 and 5, the Spinosaurus was in all those trailers, right? So
True.
here's my theory. If we don't see the Spinosaurus in the official trailer for Jurassic World Chaos Theory season 3, then I highly doubt it's gonna appear. But what's your thoughts on that, bro?
I have to agree. I mean, surprises are wonderful, but you make a good
Yeah,
point. Dinosaurs that will be in the show or movie are almost always shown in the trailers. So
exactly.
therefore,
Yep,
it would be it would be weird like if they didn't show up,
for sure.
if even if they was said it they were going to, you know?
For sure. Like again, it's not impossible, but I'm just saying based off the past history with Camp Cretaceous and the Jurassic movies, and even the last two seasons with the Chaos Theory, whenever we don't see the Spinosaurus in the trailer, it never actually shows up in the movie or show. Well, that's never once happened. Like if it, okay, let's say it happened at least once before, then that's a different story. But not even once has ever happened before, right? So
Right, exactly.
yeah, like when it comes to the Spinosaurus, it seems like they never want to hide it. Like sure, I know I made an argument saying that JB3 Spinosaurus could be in Rebirth, but at the same time, they still did show a Spinosaurus in the trailer though,
Right.
which means there could
Exactly.
yeah, so which means there could be like another Spinosaurus we see in the movie too.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we'll have to wait and see because again, we don't know when the trailer is coming out. But since right now we don't know too much about season 3, my prediction of like the Spinosaurus appearing for a small role or cameo, I'd say 50% chance. The Spinosaurus fighting the Giga or having the Spinosaurus fighting the Giga is probably about 20% chance, and the rematch happening, I'd say about 10% chance
Fair enough.
for sure. But I do think that there's a good 60 to 70% chance that we'll at least get more of a mention on like what exactly happened to the Manticore Island dinosaurs besides Bumpy after the events of season 5. Hopefully that can at least happen.
I hope so too. I mean, I want to know what happened to Pierce. I want to know what happened to Little Edie and
Toro.
yeah, Toro and Rebel and Angel the Spinoceratops clones.
Yeah, because it really is a big mystery of what happened. We don't know if they're alive, they're dead, where exactly they are, or what exactly happened to them. The only thing we know is that we last saw them alive in season 5, so therefore they could still very well be alive right now.
Right, exactly.
For sure. I mean, I do think the Spinosaurus was alive during Jurassic World Dominion because it almost appeared in that film. So therefore, there's more evidence to claim that it's alive rather than dead. You know,
Mm-hmm.
for sure. But if they really are going to do the Camp Cretaceous Spinosaurus versus the Giga, the only way I could see them doing it without plot armor with the Spinosaurus winning is the Spinosaurus either knocks out the Giga and doesn't do the next step because he thinks the Giga's dead when really it's just knocked out, or maybe he before he's going to do the next step, the Giga runs away in fear,
Right.
something like that. You know?
Possibly.
Yeah, for sure. Now again, the rematch happening where like I don't think that would happen because again, obviously if they do that without plot armor, the Rex would die, and I don't think they're going to want to show Rex dying because that's going to cause a lot of controversy and bring back the 2001 memories. But
Indeed.
for sure. I mean, me personally, I don't mind if a rematch happens as long as they can pull it off in a way where there's no plot armor like they did in Jurassic Park 3 and also with Camp Cretaceous. But it's probably best they avoid it, to be honest,
Agreed.
for sure. And oh yes, some other predictions with season 3. I think in season 3 we're going to see Brooklyn being able to expose the virus in people, which gets them in trouble, and then we're probably going to find out more information to why exactly they want to hunt them, and then I think Lewis Doxon's going to make an appearance for sure in season 3.
Yeah, I mean, if it is going to tie into Dominion, I definitely would not be surprised if Dogson appeared. Heck, if it's possible, maybe they'll do an animated remake, like of a Dogson and Santos on the phone, like they did with the recreations of Jurassic World and Fallen Kingdom and Camp Cretaceous.
For sure. That's something I can almost guarantee too. I'm pretty sure we're going to get at least one remake scene of Dominion in animation in the movie. And my theory to what it is, it's either going to be what you just said, maybe Rexy versus the Giga in animation, or possibly a scene in Malta where we see the Allosaurus and the Carnotaurus loose in Malta
Yeah, that'd be cool.
for sure.
Heck,
I don't.
if that's the
Yeah,
case, maybe we might see an animated Owen Grady.
true. I mean that would be cool. We haven't seen that before in the show, but even if we don't, maybe it's possible we see the Allosaurus and the Carnotaurus like before it encounters Owen, we see it chasing the kids around or something like that in Malta. That would be pretty cool
Mm-hmm.
for sure. Now, what dinosaur battles do I think could maybe happen in season 3? If the Spinosaurus is there, maybe the Spinosaurus eats a herbivore, or maybe it fights Big Edie again, or it fights the Giga. I think another possible one could be Toro versus Major the Majungasaurus if they're both going to be in the season.
Oh, I'd love to see a fight between Toro and Major.
I know because that's a very fair fight. I mean, it would also be cool to see a fully grown Suchomimus versus Major because again, I think the fight was very unfair because the Majungasaurus was full grown, while the Suchomimus clearly wasn't based off how small it was.
Mm-hmm.
But again, there could be a similar situation to the Dilophosaurus because unfortunately, we all thought the Dilophosaurus was a juvenile in Jurassic Park, but since they keep bringing it back small, I guess that's just how the adult Dilophosaurus looks within the Jurassic Park like movie franchise. Unfortunately,
Yeah, I guess so.
true. It's very disappointing. Maybe that's the case with the Suchomimus too,
Mm-hmm.
for sure. But again, we don't know because they never confirmed if that Sucho was an adult or a subadult in Chaos Theory,
Right, they didn't.
for sure. But again, the part that gets me the most confused with the Dilophosaurus is that in the Lost World, there was like a hologram Dilophosaurus and it was listed at like 23 feet, which kind of like, did they retcon that or something?
Well, as we know, the Jurassic World franchise is not immune to retcons.
Yeah. Yeah, it's unfortunately sometimes the Jurassic brand just can retcon things or, change the canon, which can be annoying.
Very.
Yeah. They got to stay more consistent. Hopefully with Chaos Theory Season 3, it can feel really canon too.
Mm-hmm.
And another prediction of mine, if this is the last season, I think we're going to get at least 3-4 more episodes than Season 1 and 2.
Right, I mean, considering that Season 5 had, like, more episodes than the other seasons.
For sure. True. Now, the reason why I think Season 3 is going to be last, I know they originally said it was going to be the last, but then they rechanged it on the article. But the reason why I still think it's going to be the last is because I think Universal Pictures says they're not allowed to go after the events of Dominion, and we know Season 2 was going up to the events of Dominion, so that's why I think it's basically impossible for a 4th season having based off that logic right there.
Right, exactly.
For sure. Like, okay, if Season 2 was like, or Season 3 was still a long way before Dominion, that's a different story. But like, I think it was because again, it almost seems like the Bios of Valley is next, which means that's the events of Dominion then.
Mm-hmm.
So, but what do you think though? Do you honestly think Season 3 will be the last season, or do you think we're gonna get a Season 4?
I think as it currently stands, I think Season 3, will be the last.
True. And that's the case. I don't mind Season 3 is the last. Hopefully they're making good. And maybe for the next series, because they could do after Season 3 is they can make a live action Jurassic Park series. I think that would be amazing to see.
Oh yeah, I would love to see that.
For sure. I mean, personally, I'd rather see that than seeing a new series again showing the kids from the events of Dominion to Rebirth. I mean, that would still be cool to see, but I personally, I'd rather see a live action series because, again, like they already did a bunch of cartoon things. Now it's time we get our first live action series for a change,
You're right about that. It would be cool.
For sure. But either way, it'd be cool. Well, whether they decide to show the campers again from the events of After Dominion to all the way to Rebirth, or they want to do a live action series showing like prequels, either one would be cool. But I'm more in favor towards the live action series.
Yeah, that would be cool. But I mean, as long as they still kept it in canon and continuity with the movies, and also still acknowledge that Chaos Theory and Camp Cretaceous are canon.
For sure. That's true. Now, originally, I thought Chaos Theory took place after Dominion with Season 1 because it would have said September 2022, but unfortunately, they retconned when Dominion takes place. Originally, Dominion took place, I think, in July or August of 2022, but now it takes place in like November or December, so unfortunately, they retconned that, which was kind of weird because like I think it was even confirmed Dominion took place in the summertime in the beginning, right?
I think it was, but
Yeah.
still, but it does kind of explain one thing, like why there's so much snow seen in the first part of the movie,
True. Yeah, that's the only part where it makes sense, but then other parts where there's no snow. But I guess different parts of the world have snow and don't have snow, right? So,
Mm-hmm.
but either way, based off that, then it's guaranteed Bison is the only one hunting them because again, the Parker thing isn't really around until the events of Rebirth, and Manticore is obviously no longer involved because Daniel Kahn was under watch for years, and again, he also was killed off in season one. So, and again, we also saw Sayona Santos basically admitting that she was the one hunting what's it called, hunting the kids, right? So,
Right,
yeah,
exactly.
for sure, that is true, bro.
And also, come to think of it, I don't think that there's going to be any ties to Rebirth either with the last season of Chaos Theory.
Yeah, to be honest, I highly doubt that. The only thing that maybe could possibly, again, let's say we're gonna see. Let's say we actually do see the Jurassic Park Spinosaurus in Rebirth. Maybe there's a scene where they show it being shipped off to like a unidentified island or something like that. I,
Mm-hmm.
I think something like that. But like again, if we do get any ties into Rebirth with the last season, I think it would be just a couple minor ones. It wouldn't be anything major because this is still during the events of Dominion and before, right? So
And I know that Swerve had proposed the theory that the necklace that Zora Bennett, Scarlett Johansson's character, wears is very similar to one that Brooklyn wears in Chaos Theory. I honestly think that's just more of a coincidence than anything else.
yeah, it probably is more of a coincidence. Just like again, like all the hints we have of the JB3 Spinosaurus returning in Rebirth, it's that can like bro, that can only go two ways. It's either it's actually happening, or it's just or sadly it's just a massive coincidence
Right?
for sure. But I hope it's not a massive coincidence. It would be because again, like having him return only in a kid show and never seeing him again in a live action film, like that sucks. Like I just want to see him on the big screen one last time, you know?
Yeah, and Rebirth would be a great way for him to go out with a bang if that's possible. I mean, if that's what their plan is.
Yeah, hopefully it is, but we'll see what happens. I guess.
Yep.
True. And then oh yeah, I think at the end of season two, the kids like think that Brooklyn was different when really she wasn't. She was just she didn't want to tell them the truth because Sayona Santos was right there. When really she's just pretending to be friends with her so she can find all the information to get her arrested and exposed, right?
Oh yeah. I'm hoping that for season 3, if it is indeed the last one, there will officially be a nice little reunion with everybody and everyone tries to live normally again, despite all the dinosaurs being around and Brooklyn missing her arm and stuff.
For sure. Something else I think will happen in season three as well. I think Brooklyn's gonna event like once Bison's defeated. I think Brooklyn's gonna explain to the cameras why she acted so different. She's just gonna say she's pretend to be someone else just so she could be a spy on Bison and get them exposed, and then they're gonna probably understand why she acted like that. Then
Possibly.
for sure, because I'm pretty sure that's what she's trying to do, right? So
I know she is trying to uncover more of the illegal dinosaur trading route. And then I think it was because of that she caught the attention of Soyana Santos, which is why she sent the Atrociraptors and the creepy raptor handler lady to start hunting them down.
true, true. But honestly, again, I'm pretty sure that I don't think there's any dinosaurs left on Magical Island. Like I know Sammy didn't say that all the dinosaurs were taken off. She only said the words like the island, like we got Bumpy off the island before the whole Manticore Island investigation. However, we see Big Edie at the end of season one, and I think we also see the green Velociraptors on Manticore, implying that all the dinosaurs were most likely taken off the island. But what do you think, bro?
Yeah, I would say that they were all taken off the island,
Yeah, they
but
probably were, to be
where
honest.
they are now is still a mystery.
Yeah, that's the part that is mystery. However, someone did point out to me again. There was one scene in there's two scenes in season one where we see an eye that looks similar to a Spinosaurus, but we don't see the rest of like this the body that confirms it. But again, if you listen closely, I think it was like one of the final episodes of season one. Like, if you listen closely, you can actually hear one of the JB3 Spinosaurus roars. So I don't know if that's just a coincidence or they just used it for a random roar in the background, but maybe that could imply that the Spinosaurus was there in one of the cages that we didn't see.
Ooh, that would be pretty cool.
For sure, because something similar to this happened before. Remember in Jurassic Fallen Kingdom, there was like certain dinosaurs that were on the ship that we didn't see, but again, Colin Trevorrow confirmed that we only saw the dinosaurs that Jay pointed his camera at.
Right, that was mostly to explain the whole thing with the Pachyrhinosaurus being listed on the Arcadia.
For sure, so it could be possible that the Spinosaurus and Toro and some other manticore dinosaurs were also on that ship, but we only saw the ones that Scott Creamer wanted to point his camera at in that season.
Yeah, exactly.
For sure. Again, or either that, or maybe the Spinosaurus was taken to the Biosyn Valley. Maybe it was taken to Malta in the black market. We don't know.
Could be. I mean, I think if Spinosaurus were at all in the black market, they would definitely have clues and hints as to that being the case.
True. And at the same time, too, I'm not sure if he really was in the Biosin Valley. I mean, it's possible they could explain that, but like if he really does fight the Giga, I wonder maybe it's possible that it was outside the Biosin Valley. But I don't know. Like if they really do have the Spinosaurus versus Giga, how do you think they're gonna pull that off? Like, do you think it'll be in the Biosin Valley or somewhere else?
Good question.
It's really confusing, because I still think that if it happened in the Biosin Valley, then maybe because like here's the part that convinces me it doesn't happen in the Valley. Because again, we hear Ramsey saying the Giga's the apex predator, at least for now. I really think that if the Spinosaurus had a fight with the Giga during Dominion, he would have mentioned that.
I, I don't know. I mean, sometimes some things are okay to be just left a mystery.
That's true, for sure.
So yeah, but either way, I do hope season 3 does dive more into where the Spinosaurus has been all the same. Plus the
Well,
other Manticore dinos.
for sure. Or again, maybe there's a scene like takes place like just before the events of Dominion or at the beginning where the Spinosaurus fights the Giga, and it happens like when Alan and them are not on the Bison Valley, and then maybe somehow the Spinosaurus escapes the valley and runs off. Because again, I'm pretty sure the Bison Valley wasn't that big. If the Spinosaurus really was still in the Bison Valley during the whole movie of Dominion, we would have seen a quick glimpse at it or something, or at least some hints.
For sure.
So therefore, again, if the Spinosaurus fights Zeb, then he either fights him at the very beginning of Dominion when they're not on the Bison Valley yet, or maybe what's it called? Zeb was like somehow escaped his paddock, and the Spinosaurus somehow happened to be in that area or something like that. I
Mm-hmm.
think that's how
Possibly.
they're going to do it because again, if the Spinosaurus really was in the Bison Valley during the whole movie Dominion, then we would have known about that in Dominion, or at least seen it probably.
That's for sure.
Yeah. So yeah, it's very confusing. I don't know how they're gonna pull it off where it makes sense. There's no Pottermore retcons and there's no what's it called? Like I hope that if they do it, they pull it off where it makes sense and like explains how it happened and all that.
Yeah, exactly.
For sure. And some of the dinosaurs, I think, besides like I do think that we're gonna see the Giga for sure in season 3. The Spinosaurs, I don't know, but I do think the Giga will appear, and also the Pyroraptor, Rexy, and the Therizinosaurs. I'm pretty sure they're gonna appear.
Oh yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if that were the case.
True. And if we're lucky, we could see more Manticore Island dinosaurs like Toro, the Spinosaurus, Pierce, and also Rebel and Angel. That would be awesome too. I hope that happens.
Yeah, for sure.
Now, any new breeds? I'm not sure the possibility of that because again, I haven't really heard of any new breeds that were really confirmed for KS3 other than the ones that we've already seen.
Mm-hmm.
So for now, maybe not. It's just going to be we're just going to see some returning dinosaurs and also some of the ones we saw from Dominion in the previous seasons. But what do you think? Do you think we'll get any new breeds in season 3?
Hard to say at this moment. I would love it if we got some new dinosaurs in it. Like
Same.
whether they're very brand new ones or ones we've seen previously in the movies but not in animation yet.
For sure. I do think there's more of a possibility that we'll see some returning ones from the Manticore Island, and also some of the ones from Dominion. I think that's a possibility. But new breeds, it seems a little bit unlikely. But if that's the case, I mean, it would be again. I don't think this would happen, but it would be awesome to see something like maybe Argentinosaurus for a new sauropod, or what's it called, a Utahraptor for a new raptor. I think any of those would be awesome
Mm-hmm.
for sure. Or Styracosaurus for a new ceratopsy. That would be badass too.
That'd be cool, yes.
For sure. But sadly, I think the chances of that happening are very, very slim.
Yeah, probably.
But either way, it still would be cool to see all the Dominion dinosaurs in animation form. I'm looking forward to seeing that because I do think that will definitely happen for sure. That's a good 70-80% chance or more.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Definitely. I do think we'll see the return of the Suchomimus and Majungasaurus as well, and also probably that Baryonyx too.
Oh yeah. Wouldn't surprise me.
For sure. Now, something else that would be pretty cool too. What if we see animated versions of like Alan Grant, Ian Malcolm, and Ellie Sather in season 3? That would be awesome.
Oh yeah. But the
And
question
that
is, would they have Sam Neill, Laura Dern, and Jeff Goldblum come back to play them?
see that's the part. I hope that's the case that they do. If not, it'll still be cool to have them back, but it wouldn't feel the same. I hope. To be honest, I think they should only bring them back if they're going to have the original voice actors voice them
Agreed.
for sure. Because especially seeing somebody else voice Doctor Who, I didn't like that. It felt weird.
It did. And I mean, they were able to get Deishan Lockwood, who played Santos in Dominion.
Yeah, that part was
They got
awesome.
her to play Santos again for Chaos Theory, so
True.
why not?
Well, yeah, if they're able to get her back, then maybe they can hopefully get the rest of them back. Were they able to get Campbell Scott for Loose Dogs in season 5? I forget.
No, it was not Campbell Scott who voiced him in season 5.
That sucks. But you know what would be cool? Imagine in season 3 if we see Loose Dogs in there, Doctor Wu, and the original cast. They have the act this time. They have all the original actors return to voice them, and if they bring back the Drapey 3 Spinosaurus, they're able to pull off bringing back the original roars this time.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. I don't know if that will happen, but I hope. But again, if they are coming back, I hope that's what happens, bro.
Yeah, I'd like that.
Sure.
And I mean, earlier when we were talking, like I sent you that picture of that one Spinosaurus toy.
Yeah.
Even that has movie accurate roars.
Yep. That's true, bro. For sure. Now, how do I think season 3 is going to end? I think it's possible what will happen is like Darius and the others, they're all saved, Biosyn's defeated, and they finally find a way to coexist peacefully with the dinosaurs, and that's probably how it's going to end. But what do you think? How do you think the final season will end, bro?
I think you hit the nail on the head there. I think they'll just just show the campers, the Nublar 6, like just getting used to the dinosaurs living in their environment now.
True.
Plus, I also think that we're gonna see Bumpy and her baby together.
Oh yeah, because Bumpy hasn't hatched yet. So yeah, I'm pretty sure Bumpy's egg will definitely hatch in the last season. Because they wouldn't just show an egg and not show it hatch, obviously, eventually.
Exactly.
So I'm looking forward to seeing how Bumpy's baby probably looks very similar to Bumpy.
Yeah, but I'm sure with different colors maybe. But
Yep.
pretty much, I'm guessing in this next season, if it is the last, we will finally see Bumpy's baby.
For sure. And something else I hope happens too, if we see Rebel and Angel back, it'd be cool to see them fully grown. Because by now they're definitely fully grown.
For sure.
Yeah.
And it'd be cool to see Little Edie fully grown too.
For sure, that would be awesome as well. Since she was healthy, she probably got to the same size of her mom. You know.
Oh yeah.
For sure. And something else that would be cool as well. Imagine again, since it is confirmed that a good amount of the dinosaurs from Sorna were brought to the Biosyn Valley. What if the Mamenchisaurus was secretly there, and also the Pachycephalosaurus and a few others from like JB3 in the Lost World? That would be awesome.
Oh, for sure. That would be cool.
I mean, it's possible because again, I do think the Biosyn Valley was kind of big. Maybe there's a few extra, like maybe not the Mamenchisaurus because it's very big, but it is possible there could have been things like the Corythosaurus, Pachycephalosaurus, or things like that were on the Biosyn Valley.
Absolutely. I mean, we know that Pachycephalosaurus, it's especially would be small enough. But I mean, with Mamenchisaurus, there's already a Dreadnoughtus and Brachiosaurus in the valley, so there'd be some pretty serious competition.
Yeah.
And I think there's a Patasaurus in the Biosyn Valley, but I could be wrong about that.
Yeah, I think it did appear. I'm pretty sure, but I forget as well. For sure. But it would be cool to see a couple other, like if we saw like the Tiger Raptors there or the JB3 Raptors, because we know that they're still alive, or we saw, whether it's Junior or Pachycephalosaurus or Corythosaurus. I think that would be awesome, especially Corythosaurus, because again, we haven't seen Corythosaurus since Jurassic Park 3. We don't even know if they're still alive or not.
Absolutely.
For sure. But either way, I think we covered most things. I mean, there's probably a couple other things that we haven't mentioned here, but I gotta think, bro. Well, I'm thinking, can you think of some other theories that you have for the final season, bro?
Let me think. Well, I definitely think there's going to be more exploration between maybe of Darius's feelings that he had for Brooklyn, and
that's
maybe more about the fallout between her and Kenji, and how all three of them are playing that dynamic of love and romance.
You know what? I think, hopefully that gets more explained in season 3. And something else I just remembered I missed. Okay, remember in the Chaos Theory cards, not only did we see like the Giga and that Rex stuff, there was a Ceratosaurus. So I think that should most likely confirm we're going to get the return of the Jurassic Park 3 Ceratosaurus in there.
Well, that is possible. Yeah. I mean, don't forget too that we did see a Ceratosaurus on Manticore Island.
For sure. Now, what kind of scenes do I hope to see with the Jurassic Park 3 Ceratosaurus if it appears? It would be cool to see have a battle with either the Majungasaurus, the Suchomimus, the Allosaurus Toro. I think any of those would be pretty cool even fights.
Oh, yeah.
True. Well, okay, it would be an even fight if it was the adult Suchomimus, but obviously it was not the subadult one.
Mm-hmm.
Since it basically got one-shotted by a Majungasaurus, so therefore it would be more of a fair fight if it was a bigger, because we know that the Jurassic Park 3 Ceratosaurus is even bigger than like the major the Majungasaurus,
Mm-hmm.
So for sure. But I do think it'd be cool. Imagine we got Toro versus the Ceratosaurus from JP3. That'd be badass
Oh yeah,
for sure. That's
that
true.
would be cool.
Um, but yeah, I think those are the only things I can think of. Now, when are we gonna get the release date? I think from when we know, wasn't it rumored to come out during Jurassic June, like 1 month before Rebirth?
Yeah, either May or June. So
True. Probably June, so because it's Jurassic June. That's my guess. Like, here's the thing: if it was coming out in what's it called, March or April, I think that could be possible for certain things. But like, if it was either May or June, they're probably gonna go with June because it's Jurassic June, right?
right, and if we're coming in March, which is next month already,
And we don't even have a trailer
we
yet.
would have had yeah, we would have had a trailer and lots of info saying it's coming.
Yeah,
So I think May at the earliest, June at the latest for season three.
yeah, that's my theory. I think either the end of May or at the absolute latest, probably the first week of June,
Mm-hmm.
around there. Which means we'll probably get a trailer during May, like mid-May, early May, around there
I'm hoping April at least. So
for sure.
there's that.
Yeah, but either way, I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what they show in the trailer because the trailer is obviously going to explain a lot more of what we're going to see in season 3 and what it's going to be about. Because the only thing we really know is that season 3 takes place right after the events of season 2, where they're going to the Bison Valley and also I think probably Malta too.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense to me.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, it would also be cool to see the Quetzalcoatlus too in animation. That'd be awesome.
Oh yeah, yeah, that would actually be really awesome. Like seeing the campers getting chased by the
Oh, for
Quetzalcoatlus.
sure. Yeah, that'd be badass.
Or what if they actually end up meeting Kayla from Dominion?
I think that would be a great time because again, we got Silent Santos, so maybe they meet Kayla as well in a scene.
Yeah, and if they got a DeWanda Wise to play her again, that'd be
For
even better.
sure. Now, if they were going to do this in a way where it kind of made sense, I would say they would show the campers meeting DeWanda's Wise character before DeWanda Wise character meets Claire and Owen. Because again, once she meets Claire and Owen, she's basically side by side with them the whole movie. So I think the only way to do this where it makes sense is either um, before she meets Claire and Owen, or maybe at the end after she leaves them.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, because let's not forget that prior to Kayla meeting Claire and Owen, she was kind of more on the she wasn't evil per se, but she was definitely like just doing things without much moral compass. Like
True.
she was just doing stuff. She was like trafficking dinosaurs to get some money. Like
For
there were
sure.
no people involved with any of her operations, like getting trafficked either.
Yeah, that's true. But what do you think though? If she ends, if we actually end up seeing her there, do you think it's going to be showing her before she meets Claire and Owen, or after?
Definitely before,
Yeah, probably before, to be honest.
because otherwise, like we don't know officially if the next season is going to take place during or after the events of Dominion. So I mean, during or before the events of Dominion. So I would definitely say, no matter what, this is at least before Claire and Owen meet
Yeah, it
Kayla.
probably is. Yeah. And something else. What else can I think of that will happen in the last season? Maybe it's possible they're going to uncover some hidden mysteries in the franchise for a long time. Like imagine they mention what exactly happened to Sorna. That would be cool if that was involved.
Oh, for sure.
Like obviously, I don't think Iso Sorna will be in season 3, but it would be cool if one of the characters in the show mentions what happened to Sorna after the events of Jurassic Park 3, because we still don't have a full explanation to what happened. We only have a couple pieces that hint towards what happened.
Right, indeed. I mean, we have a few hints here and there, and
Yep,
we know that the Spino and Big Edie and Little Edie came from Isla Sorna.
for sure. And the fact that the Buck and the Doe and some other dinosaurs also came from Sorna too,
Right,
for
exactly.
sure. And the fact they brought some of the dinosaurs from Sorna to Jurassic World to be in Jurassic World, so we know that as well,
Right,
for
exactly.
sure. But again, we don't know, like as of right now, if there's still any dinosaurs left on the island or not, you know.
Exactly, yes.
And we don't know what happened to like the Jurassic Park 3 dinosaurs other than the Spinosaurus and the Ceratosaurus. I think the Parasaurolophus from JP3 was also shown in one of the seasons. I'm pretty sure.
That it just looked very, very similar to it.
Yeah. But the only ones for sure we have an explanation for is the Spinosaurus and the Ceratosaurus from Jurassic Park 3.
And of course, the Buck and the Doe and Big Edie and Little Edie.
True, true.
Like, because Big Edie and Little Edie were explicitly said to have come from Isla Sorna.
Yeah, that's true as well.
But when did Manticore acquire those two? That's unknown at this point.
For sure. We don't know exactly when it happened. I don't think it was right away after Jurassic Park 3. It probably happened sometime, maybe like during the events of Jurassic World or a little before then. Like maybe, I don't know, between 2013 to 2014 they were taken there.
Possibly.
Because it seems like they were brought there kind of recently.
Yeah, I mean, in hindsight, they really didn't say when they acquired them.
True. But it was probably a good, at least 10 years later after Jurassic Park 3 or more.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Definitely. And I'm trying to think what happened. I mean, I don't think Chaos Theory or Cambridge ever had a post-credit scene, did they?
No, I think Fallen Kingdom is the only one that has a post-credit scene at all.
For sure. I mean, imagine there was a post-credit scene in the final season of Chaos Theory and it hints towards Rebirth or something like that. That would be cool.
It would be, but again, they said they can't go beyond Dominion because they don't want any retcons or continuity errors.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah, which means the D-Rex definitely won't be mentioned at all in this thing.
Indeed.
For sure. But yeah, other than that, for now, since we don't know too much, I guess these are all the predictions I have for now. Well, obviously, we'll have a lot more when it comes to our final, because again, when it comes to our final predictions, that will be after we've seen the trailer and we're like only a week or two away from the release date.
Right. That's for sure.
And of course, we'll have a better answer on the Spinosaurus and the other Manticore Island dinosaurs based on what we see in the trailers,
Right, exactly.
For sure. Because the only way I'll say the Spinosaurus has a more of a better chance to have a fight with the Giga or even appear is if we see it in the trailer or have any major hints towards it,
Exactly.
Because I'm gonna be honest, bro. If the Spinosaurus actually does appear in Jurassic Chaos Season 3 and it's not mentioned or shown in any of the trailers, I'd be so shocked. It'd be a great surprise, but I kind of doubt it.
Agreed. I just think that excuse me. I just think that hopefully this will be the one where we finally learn more about the Spinosaurus's whereabouts. But
Hopefully, yeah.
again, right now there's only a 50-50 chance.
That's true. And again, if they don't mention the Spinosaurus at all, I would be kind of shocked because I would assume they probably would at least mention it. But hopefully, we do see the Jurassic 3 Spinosaurus return at Rebirth then, and then at least then that can confirm it's still alive come then. But if we don't get it at all in Season 3 or Rebirth, it would be disappointing that they don't even tell us at least what happened to it,
Couldn't agree more.
For sure. Because again, we fans deserve an answer of what exactly happened to the Manticore Island dinosaurs. They were very cool dinosaurs with very badass scenes, and the fact that they're just a mystery for so many years, it makes us wonder, what the heck happened to them, right? So,
right?
Yeah. I hope we at least get answers.
Me too.
I know Swerve made a few videos talking about what happened to the Spinosaurus, but he didn't have an exact answer. He just mentioned the fact that it almost appeared in Dominion and almost appeared in Fallen Kingdom. But again, those were cut scenes, and then with Ramsey mentioning the Spinosaurus and the fact that the only part that is canon is that it was subject to cruelty come the year 2018.
Right, that's for sure.
But we don't know what Spinosaurus was subject to cruelty, because now that we know that there's more than one Spinosaurus in the franchise, it could have been the ones from Rebirth, it could have been a totally different Spinosaurus. We don't know what exact Spinosaurus was subject to cruelty.
Right, exactly.
For sure.
Unless they were talking about how it was illegally bred on Sorna, during the 90s, but still.
Yeah. Who knows? Maybe that was the reason why it was put in red, because it wasn't cruelty many years ago.
Could be.
For sure. But yeah, well, it's really, we don't really have any information to really back up what happened to it. The only thing is that we last saw him running away into the forest, and he hasn't been seen since.
Yep, that is.
Which at least confirms he was not killed off in Season 5. That's for sure.
Yeah. So that's a relief, right?
For sure. Yeah. But anyways, bro, what do you think? Should we end it here? Can you think of any other predictions you'd like to add to this video, brother?
No, I think we covered it for the most part. I think that'll be good until we finally get our first trailer.
For sure, for sure. Yeah, definitely. We'll make another video after the first trailer, and then of course, in terms of predictions, we'll make our predictions again when it comes to our final predictions for Jurassic World Chaos Theory season 3.
Absolutely.
But here's the thing: I think the trailer is what's. I think the trailer is going to confirm two things. Like, the trailer is going to probably confirm the Spinosaurus being there or not, and also if it's the final season or not. Because remember how season 5 of Camp Cretaceous was the last season, and they said the final season July 21st. So therefore, if this really is the final season, I can guarantee you it will say the final season in the trailer
Oh yeah, I'm sure it will too.
for sure. And if it doesn't say the final season in the trailer, then maybe it probably isn't the final season then, which would be kind of a surprise considering the fact that it takes place just before the events of Dominion, like just barely.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
You got that right.
But I would say the absolute most season, like okay, if season 3 is not the last season, I guarantee you season 4 is the last season for sure.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna go for a 5th season. That's just my gut feeling.
For sure. But for now, I'm more convinced season 3 is the last one.
Yeah, me too.
And just because there's a lot more evidence to back that up rather than backing up that it's not the last one. Don't you agree?
Oh yeah.
For sure. But like guys, like me and David said, if it is the last season, we hope it's the best season by far that explains everything and also has the best scenes. And also, I also think that we're gonna get an epic final battle in season 3 too.
Oh yeah. It's probably gonna be the biggest fight in the animated series.
For sure. Like imagine it was between like Zeb, Big Edie, the Spinosaurus, and some other dinosaurs. That'd be awesome.
For sure.
Like something similar to season 1, but with different dinosaurs. Like this time it's Big Edie, the Spino, and Zeb. Maybe all having a 3-way fight where they're fighting each other, and then maybe the Ceratosaurus and Tor are in there too, fighting each other.
Who knows? We'll definitely have to wait and see.
For sure. But it would be cool. And at least this time, there definitely isn't going to be any mind controlling. I highly doubt it.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
For sure. Especially after all the hate they got for that in season 4 and 5, I'm pretty sure they're not going to do the mind controlling thing ever again.
Oh yeah. I'm not. Well, don't forget that the dinosaurs in Bison Valley have a chip in their heads that ushers them to move, and that came from Camp Cretaceous.
That definitely was a good tie in there for sure. But I'm just saying, when it comes to battles, I don't think they're going to have the mind controlling involved with the battles.
Oh, that's the case. I agree. I don't think that's going to be an issue either.
For sure. That is true. Actually, you know what? That could be a possibility. Imagine this. Imagine this is how the Spinosaurus doesn't kill Zeb. Like, okay, they fight without mind controlling, but then when the Spinosaurus is about to kill it, maybe Lewis Doxon triggers the chip in its head to make him like stop. That's a possibility.
Indeed.
But we'll have to wait and see.
But still, I don't think it's not going to be as extreme as it was in Camp Cretaceous.
Oh, for sure. There's no way that they would do that ever again. That was, I think that was the last time we're ever going to get the mind controlling thing heavily involved.
Agreed. I don't think they're going to do anything that major with that again.
For sure. Now, is it possible for mind controlling to return? Yes, but I don't think it'll be returning in a big role. Probably just a cameo or a small role.
Yeah. Like, it's not going to be very prominent.
For sure, especially after all the hate the filmmakers got after the mic. Because like most people didn't like the mind controlling thing, myself included.
Yep, I get what you mean.
For sure. I mean, for some parts it was okay, but I wish that they didn't do it as extreme as they did. You know?
Yeah, I totally feel you.
Sure. But anyways, guys, tell us, what are your thoughts on this? Do you guys think that the Spinosaurus is going to return in Jurassic World Chaos Theory season 3? What do you think are going to happen to the campers? How do you think it's going to end? Tell us all your predictions for Jurassic World Chaos Theory season 3. When do you guys think it's going to release? When do you guys think the trailer is going to come out? And how do you think the season is going to go?
Yep, let us know in the comments down below.
Before I end this video, I want to thank all my fans who are also my friends who continue watching my videos. You guys are the best. I appreciate all the support my fans are giving me. I love all my fans. If you are new to the channel and you enjoyed this video, then make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on all notifications so you're alerted for my next video on YouTube. Leave a like, post a friendly comment, and share my videos with everyone you know. I also hope you guys can consider joining my Patreon for amazing extra content and to support me. I have some amazing deals for extra content on my Patreon, so be sure to check it out. The link to my Patreon is in the description below. Each Patreon tier has a list of all the benefits you will receive if you join, and don't forget to follow me on Instagram for extra content there as well. And until my next video, have a great day and take care everyone.